Hello and welcome. If this is your first time, I'm Kyle and I am one half of the Wandering Shores. So, Stanley, Idaho, dispersed camping spots along the Salmon River, designated spot 1, 2, and 3, campground review. Hope you enjoy the information. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, comment below. If you've got any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. All right, just as a point of reference, this is October 2nd, 2022, and we are here at Salmon River Designated Spot 1. And this road right here is 75. So if you're coming south from Stanley, this direction, obviously everything's gonna be then on the left towards the river. So when you first pull in, the entrance has got some rocks and bumps and divots, but it's not too bad. Right as you come in, you're gonna see right where my truck is parked, there's a spot here. This is not a designated camping spot, I do not believe. One thing to keep in mind about all three of these locations is that there is a 10-day stay limit if you're here between May 1st and September 15th. We're subsequently thereafter, so there is no stay limit basically during the winter. But again, I don't know how much camping you'll be able to do in this area during the winter, just because of the amount of snowfall you're gonna get. We're at, let me see, we're at about 6,300 feet. So as you're coming in here in designated spot 1, you're gonna see this road ahead of us. So of the three locations I'm going to show you in this video, this is the one that I guess I would least recommend. When you come down here around this corner, this road or this little downhill is really rough. And there's only a few spots down at the bottom, and I'll show those to you, but you really need high clearance, and I wouldn't want to drag a trailer of really any length down here, though there might be. I haven't been here yet, so I don't know how many people are here, but yeah, this road is torn up. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it is really rough, and I wouldn't suggest trying to come down here. I came down here in the truck and it was bouncing all over the place. So another thing about camping in these areas, you can only camp in the designated camping spots in the area, which means there is a metal fire ring and a little post, a little placard. I'll show you those. But as you come down here, you really have two options, left or right. I'll take you over that direction here in a minute. But there's a camping spot here on the directly ahead, and you'll see the 10-day stay limit sign right there with the metal fire pit. There's a spot back there, and then if we come over here, it looks like there's a truck camper over here. Again, you can probably see there are huge craters basically along this road, and if it's wet, it'd be 10 times worse. It's kind of muddy from the rain that we've had the last couple days. But yeah, this road's in pretty bad shape. I would highly recommend, if you're dragging anything with lower clearance or a travel trailer, I would avoid designated spot 1. So you got a camp spot right there, which is pretty nice with the fire ring. There's another one right here. There's a truck camper back there. But that's really going to be the sum. There's not a whole lot of other stuff back here. There's a few little offshoots that have fire rings as well, but for the most part, that's a whole tour of designated spot number 1. Again, high clearance only. Probably not want to pull any type of travel trailer down here. With all the other options in the area, I'd just honestly avoid this section. All right, I'm getting ready to leave designated spot 1 and turn on to 75 going southbound. You're gonna see right here on the left, as soon as you pull out, there is another little camping area right there. But there's only about 1 or 2 spots. It's not actually on campendium, but the spots are very small and they're easy access, but I don't know that you know, it gets a whole lot of use. So as you drive south down 75, you're only going to go probably a quarter mile before you get to designated spot number 2. But before you hit that one, you're going to see here Sunny Gulch Campground. That's a National Forest campground. That's a paid campground. They do have a garbage can in there to throw stuff out in for a fee of like $6 or something like that. But so just past Sunny Gulch, you're going to see designated spot number 2. And we'll actually pull in there and show you that area. That's where we're camped. Okay, I just turned onto section number 2, and you've got a short little dirt road. It's got a couple small divots, but nothing bad. And then it's going to open up into this large camping area. I'm just going to drive around to give everyone a show of it. If you turn sharp right, there is a restroom right here and a parking area. So if you wanted to park right here and go scout some by foot, you could on the left. But yeah, as you go around this loop here, there are about 3 camping spots back in that area, but note the sign says no trailer turnaround, so you definitely don't want to drive back there if you're hauling something and then have to try to get back out if it's full. There's a campsite here on the right under these trees. That's been a very popular one since we've been here. We've been here about 4 days. There's one right here by the lake on the right hand side. There's a fire pit there and a sign. There's some over here on the left, and then you'll see our camper there straight ahead, the Outback. That's our spot, and there's a fire ring right on the other side of that. So that's the main loop. It's nice that it's a loop. You can turn around and go completely around it if you need to. And then I'm going to go down this other section of the road over here where these other campers are and show you these spots. There's a big horse trailer right here. This gets kind of bumpy, but it's not bad. A couple things to keep in mind in this area: you have fantastic Verizon signal. I think we were getting like 25 down and 9 up or something on our hotspot. And Starlink, you can get a clear view of the north sky. We're actually using that as well. There's a camping spot right here to the right, as well as where those rigs were. If you come around this tree, there's one right there on the right hand side. I'll do a loop, and then there are 2 other ones right back here off to the right as well. So there's about, I would say, probably about 10 to 12 designated spots back here in section number 2. This part right here is a little rough, so give me a minute while I go over it. Of course, you can avoid this small little road just by going a little bit further towards me. And that right there is the entrance road that we're going to leave to go down to number 3. All right, I pulled out of designated spot number 2, and I'm headed down to designated spot number 3 to show you guys the final spot here right along the Salmon River. You pass Redfish Lake Road there. Just before you hit this guardrail after Redfish Lake, you're going to turn left. If you're going south again on 75, you're going to turn left here into designated spot number 3. Again, this has got a nice area here where you can just pull over to the side and get out of your car and go check to see what the sites look like. So let me pull over here and I'll show you a few things about this area. Like I mentioned before, there's a 10-day stay limit. And again, you can only camp next to the metal fire pits as well as the designated camping sign. So when you first pull in, 75's right there. That's north, that's south. You're gonna see you can make a sharp right turn and go back here to this area. There is really only one true campsite back here. So I would probably double check, make sure no one's in it. And the ground is pretty unlevel back here. So you're probably looking at tent campers, a van or something like that. There's a beautiful overlook right here, but legally you're not allowed to camp there because there is no designated fire ring. So the camping area is just over there, and that all those rocks make it really tough to pull any type of rig in there. So you're really almost stuck with camping right next to the road or in that little offshoot I'll show you in a minute. Just wanted to show you this overlook. Again, I don't think legally you can camp in this spot right here because there is no fire ring for it. So use that at your own risk. There's a fire ring right there. There's the sign right there. It says 10-day stay limit. And it looks like most people are probably pulling in right here and just parking on top of these rocks if they're using this campsite, or maybe they put a tent up there on that flat area. So let me walk you a little bit further down into designated area 3. All right, you can probably see my truck behind me, but I'm going to take you down this road here and show you some of the campsites available here. This road is actually asphalt, but it's got quite a few potholes and has not been very well maintained, but it's definitely usable with pretty much any vehicle. It looks like those bushes and stuff are from the trees. The branches are probably, for the most part, clearable by most RVs. Might have it hit the top of the air conditioner, but not too bad. There is a travel trailer back here. I see it right now over in that area. But show you the spots. There's a small little homemade one, it looks like, right here on the what would be your left coming into the area. Here's the sign and the fire ring. Over here on the right, you can take this side road. This area here is pretty nice for a large size vehicle, no problem getting it back here. That's probably a 32 foot Cougar travel trailer. Fire pit is right there, sign is right there. You can also then go to the right here. While there is a fire pit here, it's not one of the DNR metal rings, so you're not legally allowed to park here, I don't think. And there is no sign. I think that's basically just kind of a turnaround or an excess parking area. And then straight ahead, there is a spot that if you've got a small vehicle you can get down into. You might have some trouble getting anything level that's very large down in that area, but there is a fire pit and a sign. Let me walk you back out to the road that we were coming in on. Go a little bit further down the road and show you some of those spots. All right, we're back out on the road. I'm gonna take you a little bit further down. There's gonna be a spot here on the left. I wouldn't try going down there, just a little bit further. There's the spot right there. The fire ring is there. This is a big turnaround area. Looks like somebody was camped here in the middle of it with, looks like firewood, but you're not really supposed to do that because this is basically a parking area. There's a spot over here on the right which you really can't access unless you're parked right along the gravel here. There is a fire pit right there, and you come around and, well, it doesn't look like they had a fire there. It just looks like a pile of firewood. So, and then this thing down here, let me go check this out. I think it says the road is closed. Yeah, it says, sorry, it says no motor vehicles. So so as you come a little bit further down here in section 3, you've really only got the main area where that travel trailer was, and then this area has one spot in this smaller area off on the right, on the left. So a couple things to know about the area as we close out this video. There is a free dump station at the Stanley Ranger Station, and there's a free dump station right near Redfish Lake Lodge in what they call the services area. There is also showers there, and those are $2 for 5 minutes, accessible to anybody in the public. There's also a laundry facility, and at current time it's $3 to wash, $3 to dry. Neither of the actual dump stations are open right now. The one at the Ranger Station is being renovated, so it is closed. And the one over at Redfish, I'm assuming it's closed for the season because we're down to freezing temperatures at night, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it was open until about a day and a half ago when I went to check it out, and now there's signs saying it's closed, assuming for the season. So hopefully this campground review and boondocking area of Salmon River Designated Spots 1, 2, and 3 was helpful. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We've got a playlist with all kinds of other free boondocking spots, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. Thanks, everyone.